A massive military strike doesn't just happen. It's actually the final explosive moment of a long and unbelievably complex chain of events. So in this explainer, we're going to break that whole process down, step by step, from a warship sitting dead in the water at port to a fully coordinated multi-pronged attack.
See, this is the end result. A wave of firepower, all converging on a single target. But how do you get to this point? To really understand the strike, you have to rewind the clock, go back to the very beginning, hours earlier, in the quiet of a harbor.
All right, so let's dive into this by rewinding to the very first step. Before any planes can launch or any missiles can fly, you have to do something that sounds simple, but is anything but. You have to move a literal floating city of over 5,000 people, an aircraft carrier, out of port and into the open sea.
It all kicks off with this really precise, methodical sequence. The engines roar to life, these massive mooring lines are cast off, and powerful little tugboats start carefully nudging this colossal hull out through the narrow channel. At the same time, sailors are hauling up these immense anchor chains, and get this, each individual link weighs over 300 pounds. Every single step here is a critical foundation for everything that's about to unfold.
And right in the middle of all this incredible mechanical power, you have this very human moment. The crew just watches the land disappear. But there are no goodbyes, no fanfare, nothing like that. It's just this quiet, focused observation that really signals the mission has begun.
And the thing is, the work never stops. The second that ship is in open water, the prep continues. Deck crews are right on it, cleaning all the mud and salt off the anchor chains and lines. It's a great reminder that even on this massive scale, the whole operation depends on these fundamental, hands-on tasks to stay ready.
Okay, so with the carrier now at sea, the focus shifts. We go deep inside the ship, down into the cavernous hangar bay, where the carrier's primary weapons, its aircraft, are getting prepped for combat.
Down here, it is just a beehive of activity. On one side, you've got weapons teams attaching rockets and missiles to helicopters, while maintenance crews are inspecting every single critical component. And on the other side, the exact same meticulous process is happening with the FA-18 Super Hornet fighter jets. It's this perfectly parallel workflow of arming and inspecting. And every single aircraft, every one, has to pass this whole series of critical readiness checks before it even gets near the flight deck. This isn't just a quick look over. We're talking a comprehensive inspection where every system is verified. There is absolutely zero room for error.
So once an aircraft is finally cleared, it begins its journey from the hangar up to the flight deck. This is a huge transition point, moving these primed assets from the relative calm of the hangar bay to the incredibly high-energy environment of the launch point.
And now, the pace just accelerates dramatically. We're on the flight deck, an environment of what you could only call controlled chaos. It's like a high-stakes ballet of crew and machinery, all designed for one thing: getting aircraft into the air as fast and as safely as possible. The launch itself is just a marvel of engineering. The jet gets guided onto the catapult, its wings unfold, and it's hooked in. A massive jet blast deflector rises up behind it. The pilot pushes the engines to full afterburner, and on the signal, the catapult fires. It accelerates that fighter from 0 to over 150 miles per hour in just 2 seconds, slamming the pilot back with 4 times the force of gravity. It's just incredible. And this isn't a one-time event. Oh no, it is a relentless, non-stop rhythm. As soon as one jet is airborne, the next one is already rolling into position. During high-tempo operations, the deck crew can launch a fully armed jet every 45 seconds. It's just a continuous river of air power flowing off the ship. And at the very same time, other things are going on. While those fighters are being violently thrown off the bow, helicopters are lifting off from another part of the deck, each aircraft heading out on its own specific mission. Okay, so now we need to widen our view. We need to pull the lens way back. Because the carrier, as powerful as it is not fighting alone. It's the centerpiece of a much larger formation, the Carrier Strike Group. So, what is a Carrier Strike Group? Well, it's basically a fleet of warships, all working together. You have the carrier, of course, but it's surrounded by guided missile destroyers and other escort ships that provide protection and, this is crucial, their own offensive firepower.
And this is where you really see the rest of the group's muscle come into play. As the carrier is launching its jets, the escort ships begin their own attack. You see these hatches pop open on their decks and then, boom, Tomahawk cruise missiles start firing, streaking across the sky toward targets that can be hundreds of miles away.
Now, these missiles aren't being fired randomly. They have very specific jobs. They're aimed at strategic targets, like radar sites and air defense batteries. They're designed to blind the enemy and basically kick the door down for the incoming fighter jets.
So here's the really critical point to understand. All of these separate actions we've been watching, the carrier getting underway, the jets launching, the missiles firing, they're all part of a single coordinated plan. It's all designed to converge on the target with overwhelming force.
And believe it or not, there's one more piece to this puzzle. This isn't just a naval operation. At the exact same time, Allied fighter jets are taking off from land-based airfields, climbing into the sky to join the campaign.
And this right here, this is the absolute essence of modern warfare: synchronization. You have jets from the sea, missiles from escort ships, and fighters from the land. 3 distinct forces launched from totally separate locations, all timed by a central command to strike their targets at the exact same moment.
And that's it. This is the culmination of every single step we've just walked through, from hauling anchor chains to catapult launches to missile firings. The entire complex machine is now fully engaged. The strike is underway.
You know, the incredible synchronization of a naval strike is such a powerful example of a hidden, complex system at work. It really makes you wonder, what other forms of unseen choreography in logistics or technology or finance are constantly shaping the world around us completely out of sight?